If Germany didn't exist, Europe would be a very different place. First off, France would probably be a lot more powerful. After all, they were the ones who started the whole German-speaking mess in the first place. Without Germany, France would have had an easier time taking over Europe because they would have had a much easier time fighting the Austrians. Also, the Dutch wouldn't have been wiped out by a Frisian uprising. Speaking of which, without German, the Dutch would probably still exist. The biggest economic power in Europe would probably be the UK. After all, they were the ones that started the whole industrialization process. Without German competition, the British Empire might have grown even bigger than it already was. Without Germany, World War I wouldn't have been as deadly. The French and the British might have actually won the war against the Central Powers, which would have meant that the Russian Revolution wouldn't have happened because it was the collapse of the German, Russian, and Austrian empires that led to the rise of communism in Russia. Also, without Germany, the Soviet Union wouldn't have become as powerful as it did. I mean, the Russian army was already getting its butt kicked by the Japanese in the Russo-Japanese War when Germany decided to get involved and start World War I. This led to the Russians being humiliated at home and abroad. This led to the Russian Revolution, and you know the rest. Without the Soviet Union, World War II wouldn't have been as crazy as it was. The Germans wouldn't have been able to fight on two fronts if they didn't have the Soviets as allies. Also, the Americans wouldn't have joined the war if it wasn't for the fact that the Germans sank a bunch of their ships. I'm looking at you. Unrestricted submarine warfare. So basically, if Germany didn't exist, World War II would not have been as deadly and World War I would not have happened in the first place. Now that's a butterfly effect. Now, this is just my opinion, but I think that Germany's role in the world is to be a punching bag for the French, the Dutch, and the rest of Europe so that they can feel better about themselves. Without Germany, Europe would have been a lot less fun. Thanks for watching.